If you work on an oil rig, you already know you're going to be making a big mess. You also know you're going to need to clean up that mess. Green Stuff is the best absorbent on the market. There's no better compound than Green Stuff for absorbing the type of fluids that are commonly used on site.
Hi, I'm Paul Hess. Here we are on the edge of location with Anchor Drilling Fluids presenting Green Stuff. Before we get started down on the drilling site, I want to give you a close-up of some of the things we're going to be doing down there. One of the things I'd like to demo for you today is Green Stuff versus floor dry or oil dry, what we're all used to seeing. If I take some oil-based mud and put into the tray, and I take floor dry, I take about a pound of floor dry and dump in here. As you'll be able to see, it's very inefficient. It just sticks to the outside of it and you're still left with a big mess. Here we are drilling ahead, about to make a connection. We're going to show you what it looks like when you use a kitty litter or a floor dry substance in a tip to clean the work surface. As you can see, it doesn't pick up the oil, but basically just spreads it around and just makes a bigger mess. Now, if I was to take the same amount of oil-based mud, dump back in here to the pan, and take some of the Green Stuff, take less than 1.5 ounces of it, you can see that it not only absorbs very quickly, but we can actually mix this into the floor dry and turn it back white. As you can see through here, it's actually turning the floor dry back white with a squeaky, clean surface.
You know Green Stuff works great on the rig floor, but it's just as effective anywhere else on site where there's a mess.
See here, using the Green Stuff instead of the floor dry really keeps the working surface dry and clear, and it really cuts down your slips and trips.
You nicely work, move around, not slipping and falling around everywhere. Put it on your boots, it helps you get a good grip.
When I get my gloves dirty, especially during a trip, I can go over there and get me a handful of it and rub it on my gloves and it'll dry it right up. And I also like to, when I get relieved, most of the time my rope that I tail rope with, I'm the motor man, and it'll be all oily and everything because we use oil-based mud. And I can put that on there and it'll dry it right up, make it where I can use that rope instead of it slipping through my hands and hurt somebody.
You know Green Stuff works great on the rig floor, but it's just as effective anywhere else on site where there's a mess.
As you can see right here, we're close to our cuttings open pit. We have some diesel on the floor, just under the substructure, and we'll show you what some of the Green Stuff can do with this diesel. You can see what once was red dye diesel has now been completely bone dry. Underneath the shaker table here, we've got diesel, we've got oil-filled equipment, oil-filled chemicals that are going to be present on almost every location. With less than 2 or 3 ounces of Green Stuff, we can just dump on here, move it around with a brush or anything else you might have, and what you have is a perfectly dry surface. A lot of times, hands really like to use these pillows for more than just catching leaks. Put these on the handrails, and as you walk up and down, it'll make a very dry surface. You don't have any slips, nothing dirty. You have it all right here.
Okay, let's do a comparison. It takes 20 to 25 pounds of oil dry to match the absorption power of 1 pound of Green Stuff. This not only reduces strains and sprains due to heavy lifting, but also reduces your trucking costs and disposal costs because of weight reduction. Green Stuff is landfill friendly, it is non-toxic, non-hazardous, non-leaching. It will absorb virtually any liquid, including heavy chloride water. Green Stuff is recognized by the EPA, FDA, and USDA.